This video will be about niche research and a step-by-step walkthrough. I did over 6-figure in profits on Etsy in just 2023 alone, and hopefully that will give you some kind of certainty that I actually know what I'm talking about. Now, let's get into it. So, the first thing that we actually gotta do when we are doing some niche research is that we're gonna find some shops that we want to be like. And it's really important here to be very selective and not rush this. I rushed this in the beginning, and that made me actually have to do this all over again. So the key points to take away here is that we want to find shops that if we've had the sales that they have, we'd feel happy, basically. So that means that we gotta find some shops that meets the criteria of a life that we want. Let's say that we want to basically do 2,000 sales a month. That's basically 66 orders a day. Let's say that's maybe like the amount that we want to amount to, like the max amount. Let's say that. Because 66 orders a day means that you don't have to put all of the hours of the day into it. So let's just say that this is the goal. And what we then do is that we want to search for a really broad keyword that I've done here. So just search for custom sweatshirt. If we have a best-selling design that we want to implement and to add value into the niches, we search for the broadest keyword available. So we can basically find the shops that are in the same niches that we want to be in, where we also know that we can add some value by adding our own designs into it. So I've prepared here and found 3 different shops. And yeah, the shop names will be blurred as I don't want to out any of my fellow Etsy sellers. I hope you can understand that. But the principles of it all still stays the same. So this shop has done 67,000 sales, but we want to find someone who has done that in a couple of years, not like 10 years. Shouldn't have taken 10 years to get these kind of sales. What we do is that we use Everbee. We go into a listing here. We press shop details. The shop age is 39 months. So that's basically 3 years and 3 months. So let's just do it like this. It's done that, as I mentioned, in 39 months. So it was 67,000 sales. We divide that by 39 months and they almost do 2,000 sales a month. So this is definitely a shop that we could add to our list since it's met the criteria of the results that we actually want to achieve. So that's the first one. It's really important to be selective here and not to rush this, as if we do find someone that's actually done a lot of sales in like a really long time, that will skew the results and make the actual process later on harder. The second shop that I found has done almost 51,000 sales. And it's done that amount in basically 2.5 years. So we'll just divide this as we read here. We'll divide this by 30. That's almost the same. So like 1,700 sales a month. So almost the same. So we'll add this to our list too. So we want to do like about 2,000 sales a month. So this is a really good shop as well. And this one I also found here. This one has done about 77,500 sales in a span, let's see here, 30 months as well. So this one has done over 2,000 sales a month. So that's well within the criteria that we want to reach. So what we then do when we actually have this is that we go into the next phase, is that we click analyze shop here, and then we just click analyze all listings, and then we click export. What this does is that, as it just says there, we basically get an email of all the backend data, all the like listing data and stuff like that Everbee actually can use, and sends you a CSV file of all of those listings to your email. And we do this for every single shop. So we click analyze shop, analyze all listings, and then we click export. Same thing here. This should be 5 to 10 shops. I've just chosen 3 just for the ease of this video. And it's super important to be very selective with this. When I did this initially with my shop, it took about a day or 2 to actually do this. Yes, so we head to the email, we download these 3. So now that we've actually downloaded these 3, we go into Google Sheets. So we just use the simple free version of Google Sheets. We open a new blank spreadsheet as I've done here. Then we click File, and then Import, and then Upload. And then we just take the first one, and then we just import this data. And then we do the same thing for the rest of them as well. So we uploaded the first one, I'll just delete that, and then we'll just create a new spreadsheet with the new ones, and then we'll upload the last one, since I may only uploaded 3. Okay, now we have 3, let's see here. 1, we'll call this one the master list, and then we'll just say 2, and then we'll just say 3. So we don't want all of this data. We need to take this down a notch and just filter it a little bit. So what we do here, I'm on a Mac, so I'll just press Command A. And then Command A again. If you're on a Windows computer, this is probably Control A, but this is to mark basically all of the columns here in the sheet. So we do that, and we press Data, create a filter, This just creates a filter for all of the columns here. So what we want to see here, I usually do this by total sales. So I just take the total sales here and then sort by C to A. Yes, all of the listings has done less than 20 sales. So these one, yes, this one all the way down to this one, because we still have to remember that as with every Etsy seller, like almost all businesses basically, the Pareto principle, which just states that like you put a lot of listings up, but only 20% of those listings that you've actually put up actually sells. And in my own experience, it's actually like 20% of those 20% that actually sells really well. So we'll just keep it like this. The ones that actually done 20 sales at the minimum for their lifetime. And we do this with the same thing here, Command A again, or it's Control A and then Control A again if you're on a Windows computer. We create a filter, we sort this from Z to A, we go down the list, there we go, this one, and then we go all the way down, remove this, okay. And then we do the same thing for the first one. Now, you would have 5 to 10 shops basically in this. We do the same thing here, create a filter, we sort this from Z to A with the total sales, we go down the list, and until we see less than an estimated total sales of 20, and that starts here. Okay, so let's see here. You would basically have 5 to 10 shops in this. So I'm only using 3 just for the ease of use, as I mentioned, but you would need to do this for every single sheet so that you're not skewing it too much with low estimated sales. What we then do, this is important too, we just take this and we take this part here. And let's see here. I honestly just don't find that all of this information isn't super valuable. Let's just take it, because we're basically gonna copy this into the master list. So everything is just in one simple list. But I honestly feel that like this part, we don't really need this. At least that's not my process. You can spare the tags if you want to. We can just keep it for now. Let's just keep that tags for now. I just use the listing itself for that. But we basically take this, the first one, we go to the bottom one, we copy all of these, so Command C. I press Shift. What I basically did here to get this, if you don't know, is that I just go to the top here, press this cell here, and so this one. I then go down. First I go down here, I hold down Shift, and then I press this so that all of these are marked. I copy this by pressing Command C or Control C if you're on a Windows computer. And then I just go to the bottom cell here on the master list and then just copy paste. So Command V here for any Mac users or Control V for any Windows users. Then this is actually done, so we can just move this to the trash. Great. And then we just do the same thing here. We don't need all of this. We can just take this and then just save all of the like the tags and stuff. So I press the first cell, I hold it down Shift, and then I press like the left mouse thingy. I delete this, I press here, and then I go up here. I hold on Shift, I press here again, so it marks all of these. Copy this by Command C or Control C if you're on a Windows, and then scroll down to the bottom, and I copy paste. So Command V or Control V. I move this to the trash, and now every list basically that we want to have is basically all in one. What we then want to do is that we want to take all of these lists here and just go to estimated total sales, and then sort this by Z to A. And here's the crucial part. This just basically takes all of the shops that you found and sort this by the estimated total sales, which is really powerful. So you can basically take all of the best-selling listings from each shop and just sort this by the amount of total sales, and then you can just get all of the best sellers from these shops in one simple list. It just makes it super easy to find all the best sellers and then just add value to the niche that they're in. Alright, so if you found some value in this video, please hit that like button and subscribe, as that helps to spread this video to all people that will actually want to know and get better at Etsy print on demand. And in return, I'll promise to give you the best Etsy print on demand content that I possibly can do. Now, let's get back to the video. All right, so this leads us into the next part, and that's actually knowing that, in my opinion, you shouldn't like take every single listing here and just put your designs in every single one, because your design, at least in my experience, my own designs has not worked well in every single niche. This is one of the best sellers that I found that I've talked about previously. So let's try our listing within this niche, which is the custom text niche, which I've talked a lot about on this channel. But for instance here, if we go into this listing, which would be the dinosaur niche, but the like mommy and daddy dinosaur niche, then I think it's best to just put up in this type and not just do like other dinosaurs or like any other part of this specific niche. Yeah, so I just feel like it's very important to just look at this at a glance. So let's go into this one. This is also one. Let's take this one for instance. This one is actually face masks, but the point is that we should basically find niches by going through this specific list. But if we found, like, for instance, 2 custom text designs, we shouldn't put up 2 different versions of it, 2 different versions of custom text design shirts. Let's say that we go into this niche here, for instance. If we found other most likely 2 shirts, like, it's better to just do 1 Christmas most likely 2 shirt and see if it works there. If it doesn't work there, it doesn't serve us to go into every single group shirt niche within Christmas if our design itself isn't working in the Christmas group niche. Take a look at this at a glance, basically, and then just try for the custom text. Try one for the Christmas niche. Try one for the, let's see here, I've also found this one. Okay, let's absolutely not do this one, as this one is trademarked. And sorry, this one is copyrightable as it's someone's likeness. Let's try it out here in the Halloween niche. If there's several Halloween listings, just try out one. If there's another niche where it's a Christmas niche, try out 1 Christmas niche. Just try it one at a glance, as the designs doesn't work. It works well in some niches, and we need to find those, but not in every niche. And once we actually do that, we always got to make sure that we list it at a break-even price, which I've talked a lot about on this channel. I'll make sure to link the video right here so that you'll have it. But listed at a break-even price using Etsy ads. And yeah, the most important thing to note here is that you have a huge list here of listings to do, but you shouldn't do every single one. You should basically just do, let's see if this one is a good one. Yes, test this one, as long as it's obviously not a trademark thing or a copyrighted thing. I can't see that from this, but as long as it's not copyrighted material or anyone's IP. When I say IP, I mean intellectual property, then always do it for sure. But make your own version in every single niche, but only once, to see which one is actually working. When you actually find something that actually works, just double down on it. And that just leads me to the bonus tips of this video. As I just mentioned, when something is actually working in a specific niche, let's say that you have a Christmas design that works very well, or a nurse design that works very well, then it's really good to just double down on it. So if you have one type of nurse shirt or one type of Christmas shirt that works super well, then scale it out like different sub niches within Christmas and different sub niches within nurses, if those work well when you actually put up 1 or 2 listings within that niche. That's super important. And when you do that, there's one really good hack that you can do. You can put up several listings within the niche, the same niche. So let's say that you make a most likely 2 shirt, for instance, for Christmas. And if you have a design that works really well in there, but if you can creatively come up with new ways to just take the exact design that worked and just flip it around a little bit, then you can actually really scale yourself out within the niche. So it says most likely to, so most likely to here, and then underneath here it says like the saying. You can instead have like the saying up here and then most likely to underneath here. Different ways to flip it around to just make sure that you can just add more stuff within the niche. A great way to do that too is to use custom listings that I've talked a lot about on my channel as well. Because if they can actually find the exact listing that they want, or the exact type of design that they want in your shop or on Etsy overall, it's been my experience at least that you just buy the custom listing and get exactly what they want. And once you get a couple of those sales where people ask for like the same thing over and over, or if you know that this specific one that only one has requested could work really well for others, then it's a great way to just add more designs within a niche. You basically take the design that you made for the customer when they purchased a custom listing and put that specific one up on Etsy. Since someone has already requested it, there's a high likelihood that someone else might want it as well. Alright, so we just covered how to do niche research on Etsy. And if there's anything that feels unclear or so, just drop a comment down below and I'll do my best to help out. I'll see you in the next one.